Hi, good afternoon. Don't know where to start. I guess good week of preparation against a SEC West opponent in Auburn. First week on first game on the road. Our guys are certainly excited about the opportunity. So one more day of preparation tomorrow, and then we're on the road, and looks like the weather's going to be a little bit better too. So. Obviously, a lot of people went through some very difficult times in Florida, and our players, we've checked with all of them, and they are safe, their families, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in the state of Florida, and all those that are going to be probably feeling the effects of Ian up the coast as well. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. So with that, we'll open it up to questions.
Hey, Coach, obviously Auburn's defensive line with Derek Hall and a bunch of talented guys up front. Just what have you seen from your offensive line in preparing, shuffling again and just getting ready for that?
Well, we know we've got a challenge in front of us. They're talented. They're athletic. This is an SEC defensive line that you, when you watch film, you respect what they can do. They can rush the passer. They're physical against the run, and we'll certainly have our hands full. So we're playing with two freshman tackles. They'll certainly be challenged in this game. But look, They've got a few games under their belt. They've got some experience, but they haven't been experienced like this. So it'll be a great challenge.
You have four freshmen starting on both sides of the ball and playing well. What does that say about their development?
Well, they were really good players coming in. Certainly, they had the athletic ability, but you need more than just athletic ability to play as a true freshman. You've got to have, you have to have traits that are past your ability, and all of those guys are extremely coachable. They trust what they're being taught, and then they translate that to the field. I think that's probably, in my career, that's probably the way you get on the field quicker as a freshman, is that you can do it mentally, and if you've got the physical traits and you match them with the ability to do it mentally, which these kids have, that gets you on the field.
Hey, Coach, just right down here. So you guys have been running mostly out of 11 personnel this season when it comes to the offense. Is that mostly because you just wanted to sort of simplify the offense and streamline it a little bit with all the new pieces coming in, or did that just fit well with the personnel you have?
No, I think it's first of all, I'm traditionally going to play the best 11 players, and I want to do it with a tight end on the field. If I felt like another tight end gave us the best 11 in that situation, I would play two tight ends, but it's hard to take one of those wide receivers off the field. We're so talented in that area. We're challenged in the running game if you take one of those tight ends off the field. You can't run the ball as effectively in my system, in our system of offense. So the tight end allows us that balance in terms of what we're looking for, and to add another tight end would really not be the best personnel groupings that we have based upon the talent at the wide receiver position.
Hey, Coach, Jaden's obviously played in a lot of road venues during his college career, but what do you believe in, or how do you get teams ready to play on the road and deal with 85, 90,000 screaming fans?
Well, I think first of all, you have to duplicate that in practice and maybe emphasize it in practice, make it a little bit more difficult, which I think we made it pretty difficult in practice this week with crowd noise. So I think you start there. And then I think, you have a way to keep things simple and move quickly to limit some of the things that can, be part of, bringing the crowd into the game. The more you're over the checking and changing things, it brings the crowd into the game. So I think there's some things that you can do technically, but look, I think you all know the best way to keep a crowd quiet is to play really well on offense. So that's what we hope to do.
Brian, this is part of your preparation, but this series has been noted for a lot of drama and unusual things that have happened. Are you aware of any of the unusual things that have happened?
Not really.
Yeah. And how do you, hopefully there won't be a building catch fire next to the stadium, which happened one time at Auburn.
What happened?
An old wooden gymnasium caught fire next to the stadium during the game.
And I'll bet none of the fans really cared.
No, they were they kept their cool.
I'm sure if it was a library, they would have cared.
I'm sure.
Right. Very smart students there.
How do you try to deal with the possibility of something, really strange coming out of left field happening? And is there any game that you recall?
Yeah,
in your career that happened.
Look, yeah, no doubt. Part of this is, building your football team to handle some adversity. And look, this is early in the process for us. We'll be able to handle some adversity along the way, and you expect adversity. So we've talked about there's going to be adversity and handling it and understanding that that's going to take place, and you just emotionally need to deal with it. Chaos, we haven't gotten to chaos yet, but we'll get there, but we're not on that chapter yet. But adversity we're definitely working on.
How's it going, Coach? Jacob Vernon from the Vernon Verdict. Has there been any progression on Amani Goodwin's hamstring injury this week?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say he's out for this week. It's a substantial injury in a sense that it's going to require more time. So our training staff is amazing. They're trying everything, but he's definitely out for this week.
Yeah, hey, Coach. Just kind of pivoting off of the hostile environment stuff, just how much of an emphasis is it on getting off to a fast start this week, particularly on offense? It's been kind of an up-and-down trail for you guys this season so far.
Yeah, no doubt. I think consistency on the offensive side of the ball is going to be really important for us, and certainly getting off to a good start is every head coach's game plan. Look, I think what's more important is not only getting off to a good start, but playing mistake-free. Eliminating self-inflicted wounds. We've done a really good job taking care of the football. If we can continue to do that, eliminate some of the pre-snap penalties, we're going to be okay. I mean, we're getting better at the areas that we need to in terms of efficiency on offense. We're going to have to run the football. We're going to have some balance. I don't know that I'm like, hey, we got to get off the fast start. If we don't, this is going to happen. I think we're kind of rounding into who we are. But I think it's important that we continue to be who we are, and that is we haven't turned the football over. We got to eliminate the pre-snap penalties, and then defensively, we've got to be able to stop the run. That's kind of the bigger picture for me.
Hey, Brian, you've talked, of course, before when y'all were looking at the transfer portal, getting a lot of guys from Louisiana. Obviously, Greg Brooks and Joe fit that. What else made them a priority when you were looking at guys in the transfer portal?
The defensive backfield. It was, let me find the right word, thin. And there certainly was a need to address it, and it couldn't necessarily just be through a freshman class. Remember now, we didn't have a whole lot of time to recruit. It was late January before we got a staff together. So I felt like we would really not have an SEC quality secondary if we just relied on freshmen. So that prompted that decision to really lean heavily on a secondary that would be made up of players from the transfer portal.
Any updates on Jay Ward and Garrett Dellinger and BJ Ojolari?
Yes. Jay Ward has practiced all week. He'll be in the starting lineup. Let's see. BJ Ojolari is expected to play. He's practiced all week. And Dellinger will not play this week. Good. All right. Thank you.